Just trying to get my Instagram story to upload. It just doesn't want to do it. Come on. Instagram, come on. Had an update with broadcast as well. Had to get that plugged in. So hopefully stream will be sounding pretty good here. Taking this story 3 minutes to upload. I wonder if Instagram is just stuck. Come on, Instagram. What are you doing? Oops. Okay, had my overlay selected there. Instagram, what are you doing? Being stuck on 95% here. Well, maybe I should try doing another one. Well, let's try something different. Let's try opening our nail pins. There we go. Let's try that. Let's take this out. And let's try going live again. Think. Try this one. See if it'll go. Probably not, but we can always try. That one go? Oh, that one went. But my other story is stuck. All right, let's see. Did that one go? That one went. This one, cancel. Well, I don't know what that did, but it is what it is. All right. I think I'll go ahead and do 5 little captions again, like I did with the floofs. Hey Nova, welcome to the stream. Sorry I haven't been on your streams lately. Oh, that's okay. Oops, what did I do? Well, I hit G instead of D. We need extra room to put text on this one. Extend this out a little bit. Been busy with studies? Good. How are your studies going? Well, I hope. I'm going to draw her one of those reading, well, it looked like this. I had one of these when I was growing up. It was like the back of a chair almost, but it was a reading pillow. Yes. You had these little arms and it went on the... I've seen pictures of them. I think they still exist. And I think that's what I'll draw for her. Alright, so that one's Get Cozy. So I've got get cozy, catch up on reading a good book, be unpredictable, go outside for a splash. Oh, man. I did something to my back that's just not good. So this is going to be catching up on naps. Hey Sharon, happy Thursday to you too. Yeah, it's like my lat. It's. I think the lat is higher. This is just a little bit lower. It's like what's crossing over from my side into the small of my back, and it feels like I tried to stretch it this morning, but I had to take ibuprofen last night. I couldn't sleep. Nose is itchy. Let's grab a Kleenex. What do I want to do? I guess I can have her just sitting by the window and listening to the rain. I could have her sitting in a chair or something. All right. So how has everybody's week been so far? What? Okay. Deal with the rainy day. I wonder if I'm messing up my title case. I think, do I need to capitalize 2 and lower cap A? Just check my title case here. Deck's not doing good either. Just all messed up today. How to deal with a rainy day. I would like, I guess, AMA title case. How? Okay, so 2 is lower and A is lower. Let's see AP. 2 is up, A is down. Which style case should I use? Medicine, social and behavioral sciences, Chicago humanities, MLA. Okay. So let's go back and let's use MLA. 2, oh, so 2 with an A are lowercase. Go back to which I should use. Humanities, literature, so technically be literature. I feel like I've been using the other title cases. Yeah, that's why I went to the, I can never remember what goes up and down, so the MLA has with like that. So I guess I'll just keep it and I'll adjust as needed. I was going to use this. I don't know if you remember these. They were popular when I was young. They're kind of like a reading little, it's not a poof, but it's like a reading rest. It had like a pillow, but it had built-in arms. I feel like I've still seen some of these around. It's kind of like the top half of a chair without the rest of the chair, like the seat part. I thought I might bring that back in. You just recently got rid of yours? Oh no. Did you replace it? Kinda. I had a blue corduroy one, maybe? I replaced it with a bed wedge, no arms, supposed to be able to take the cover off so it can be washed. Oh, nice. A bed wedge. I like that. Omari, welcome. I'm doing all right. How are you? Omar. Okay. I grouped the word wrong. Omar, welcome again. Let's move this down a little bit. Over a little bit. Does that look okay? It kind of looks a little wicked here. Just bring it some. I think that'll do. Coco, she is sleeping in a sunbeam. Actually, not a sunbeam. She's sleeping in her cat tower. If she looks comfy and happy like that, I don't usually try and persuade her to join me. All right, let's put some text in here. Where's my... Here you are. How do I do that? The garden is being watered. Water yourself too. Or what is this? What's the right word I'm looking for? Make it easy. The garden is being watered. Nurture your heart. Nurture your heart too. I'll kind of work on that one, I think. All right. I think this one is going to be fraught with mistakes. I'm going to have to be very careful because I am just not locked in today. But we're going to do our best. And let's make this center align too. Doing okay. Work is keeping me busy this stream. For certain. Glad you're doing well, Omar. Oh, good. Center that on the... And now let's save. Oh, I can show you guys the pin designs that I got done. Well, I didn't get done, but I sort of. I got the line art done for everything. I got the precious coffee beans. I really like this one. So right now I'm definitely going to do these two in a pin, probably coffee beans. And then I was perhaps going to put tea time snacks. The others I was going to put up for maybe a vote. I wanted to do, I'm thinking 5 pins. I have a sticker that was a floof tea time that has done really, really quite well. So, and this is also a throwback to the original Momo Cheat design of a shoes in a cup. So, I'm hoping this one gets picked. I really love this one, but I mean, it's not really, I feel like, a large percentage of the audience that hits the booth at San Diego, they're not familiar with the comics or the characters, so I kind of have to extend the products to have a little bit of pop culture and, you know, meme, you know, a little bit of that reference in there so I can reach, you know, someone may see this cat holding on to coffee beans and they'll get the My Precious reference. They'll get it and they'll be like, oh, I want that. It won't be necessarily because they know Evil Landlord, but it also helps if they do because they know that's totally her personality. Same thing with, you know, these. You've got a piece of my heart. That's a sweet kind of message. This is fun. Pizza Cat's fun. So tea time, you know, that everybody, you know, a lot of people love tea. So that one I think would apply. I like the 10% coffee, 90% drama. I did end up keeping the floof in this one with the cup on his head because I made a separate one with EL and her coffee beans. I may add some coffee beans around her, but I think the coffee bean bag is well enough. But I do need to color the rest of these and put the last few up for vote. All right, so let's get drawing on this. Yeah, I did have the totes. I don't have the... God, it's even hard for me to turn my neck. I don't have my roughs. Well, I had a rough print of them, and that's what I showed on the reel. Those are in another room. I can open up. Well, the next best thing is just showing it on the screen, isn't it? Let's see. There's my main file. So yeah, I think they'll turn out really nice. The sizing is going to be a little bit smaller here, kind of like this, because it has to be, it's cute and petite though. And these, I cut out a 3.5 by 3.5 square, and I mocked it up on the actual bags, and it's not that bad. It's not that small. I think it works. So it'll be more like that, I think. This will definitely be a little smaller. So on my mock-ups here, I only have a mock-up of the front with the pocket. So yeah, it's 2 pockets, but actually there's no pocket on the back, and I'll have actual product photos as soon as I get them in my hands. But yeah, I decided on this one. I was originally, and I think the prints had the original lighter tone ink color here. But I decided I think the darker was a little bit better, a little bit more readable. I mean, if I had originally, let me see, is it still in here? I had originally color picked from the bag itself, and let me show you how that went. See, it kind of, it's just really subtle and fades a little bit, and I wanted it to show up more so people can, you know, you kind of have to be on top of the bag if I use that color to see the print. So I wanted to make sure that you could see it from, you know, at least a couple feet away, because they will be hanging up, and I haven't decided how to display them yet, but I feel that the legibility will help. Love the darker for the strawberry. Oh, good. Thank you for the feedback. Did I sew the bags too? No, these are stock wholesale bags that I found. I did order directly from the manufacturer company, because a lot of these, this is how it goes with, pardon me, I'm gonna change my feet here. This is how it goes with t-shirts too. If you screen print a t-shirt, you can do it a couple of ways. You can go through a service like Printful, or Printify. Well, Printful and Printify are now one and the same, I think. But essentially, it's print on demand. It's printed as it's bought. Or if you're going to larger events where you need a larger stack, or you're doing wholesale, you can go to a screen printer and get larger runs made. And so what happens when you go to a screen printer is most of the time they will have the ability, well, all of the time, they will have the ability to source the blanks for you. But in that blank sourcing, they also often layer in anywhere from a 3 to a 10% fee, just for the pleasure of them, you know, selecting the shirt that you've already directed them to do and ordering it through their services. And if you have, you know, a resale certificate, you can sign up for all the same services and save that, you know, 3 to 10% depending on the company. And you can also kind of sometimes, not really much anymore, because a lot of these companies are now through the distributors. You could save a little bit and get better deals, but it's really not that much anymore. But I kind of like to hit, because when you're doing a big t-shirt run, those numbers add up quick. So 3 to 10% may not sound like much, but actually, yeah, it is a lot when you add in those shirts, you add in the printing and all of that, the packaging and processing. So I found a great wholesale. I have a couple of different options, but these had really cute colors, and they were the mini one. A lot of them you find are the larger totes, and I specifically wanted a more purse-like, just a small shopping bag. That one's not wanting to cooperate, is it? There we go. That's better. Oh, and it edited for me too, so that's right. I'll just leave it. Read this book as well. Now to draw this. And the one coming over here. I like that it's called a bed. What did you call it, Sharon? A bed wedge? Bed wedge. You might have to look for one of those. I don't know if I want to have her kind of cushioned into this like that or not. Maybe like that. Over here, I need to draw her footers in here now. She just kind of has a scoop of a body, so I'm thinking I might actually just give her a little blanket. just kind of for footers. Maybe I'll put a floof sleeping over here. And put the book kind of resting on her lap, maybe. I feel like I maybe need to move this down a little bit. This is kind of, I guess it's a little bit of an update to the version. I think the original Rainy Day Tips is volume, it's one of the earlier volumes. I may just make that a shadow, just a bump, like, let's just do that real quick. Be a shadow where her footers are kind of bumping out there, maybe causing a dimple in the blanket. Oops, hit that button. Switch her over just a smidge so you can see through that now. Maybe extend the bed wedge. my gosh, Nick! Oh my goodness, welcome! Good to see you. Hey Bacon, how you doing? Nick is my nephew. I heard you guys are getting some rain over there. At least that's what, oh gosh, it's hard for me to call my mom grandma, but it would be. It would be. Yeah, lots of rain all week. The mall is pretty flooded. Oh, wow. You know, I'm not sure I ever remember. I'm assuming you're talking about the Tippecanoe Mall. I don't ever remember that being flooded. Gosh, that's got to be a lot of rain. Oops, I gotta fix that there. There we go. Can't have the book actually. Going through her arm. She's holding the book. Aiden, hello! Welcome to the stream. Yes, it was just flooding in the parking lot. I don't think any got in the building, but it was about knee-deep in parts. Oh my goodness! Wow. That is quite something. Gosh, I wonder how... I don't even know what's going on with it, but the old city course that's next to the Wabash, that was always the first thing to flood. And, you know, and that's part of the reason why it kind of closed down, was that it just rarely got a full season. I wonder how underwater that whole area is or was. Well, gotta get back to work. Good. Oh, take care. Love you, Nick. Have a good rest of your day. Give everybody hugs and kisses from me. Sounds like a typical weekend in NOLA. I don't know. Yes. I guess they haven't. I assume that. Gosh, I'm trying to remember back to Katrina, because I was going to a convention that weekend. It was in Dallas, and we saw all of the military trucks. It was kind of this hotel was kind of a stopping point, kind of like a rallying point before they go to New Orleans. It was something else to just see that train, that just never-ending process, or parade rather, of all of those trucks going there. All right. go ahead and do little hearts, maybe a couple of hearts. Right, that one's done. Let's hit save. Yeah, good times. We slept under a car wash the first few nights. Oh my goodness. I remember this, what was it? Oh, the Superdome? All the people stuck, was it the Superdome? I believe it was a Superdome. That all the people stuck there. I'm gonna think of it. I don't really think, well, I believe that here they have done some sort of upgrade, something for the drainage, because we had that, I think the worst here has still been Harvey, and that was where a lot of different areas were just completely underwater. And I think there are some subdivisions areas that were kind of plagued from the start. They flood if it just drips 2 raindrops, like Meyerland, and things that were deliberately built on floodplains that were okayed to be built in floodplains. But I think they've done some drainage stuff to help with things since Harvey, but I mean, that was something else. I remember the first time I saw, I don't remember who took the photo, but it was like, it was a picture of, I think, Buffalo Bayou going towards one of the spaghetti bowls, like 10 or 59 or 45 or something like that. And it was, the water was just all the way up. You could barely see. And this was an overpass that kind of goes up in the air, arches down, and comes over. And there was just the bit of it at the top. And there was a progression of a truck on a lower level. Of course, in the final picture, it was covered. It was, plus a lot of other places. Ridiculous how bad it was, yes. I don't think there was any excuse. And it's not like there's been no history of flooding in either of those cities. I mean, New Orleans is kind of a swamp. It was built on a swamp. It's right next to the ocean. I mean, same thing here. Swampland. It's not like you don't know it's coming, guys. But I'm wondering what's going to happen this year, because I think I seem to remember talk about us having a super El Nino. I don't honestly know what that means as far as hurricane season goes. I feel like God, knock on wood, we don't want to have a bad hurricane season. But I feel like there was nothing last year. And I believe it was the year before that we had, what did they call it? I think they called it a Derico, but it's a tornado, and it kind of, we had that, and then we had like a mini Harvey type flood-ish, and like all within a couple weeks of each other. I try not to imagine it and not too much craziness already happening now. Yeah. You don't want to imagine it into existence. You don't want to give it a foothold. If I do kind of like a pause coming out like that, and then that'll give me room for her tail. Maybe just a little bit of an arm. Well, maybe not actually. I can leave it like that. I can kind of bring that down to show. That's all right. Let's move this over a little bit. Probably we'll have to make her bigger. Like his eyes are kind of wonky, but I like how they're looking. But how do I fix these? I feel like they're weird. Maybe it's just that I'm zoomed in so much. I'll put some additional background elements here. Well, currently trying to get out of the habit of zoomed in when drawing. Well, at least super zoomed in is helping my perspective when drawing for sure. Oh, I hear you there. I get, what is this? Okay, I'm at 200. You can't see, but I'm at 200% right now. But when I'm here, this is at 3,200%. What am I even doing? You know? Especially when you zoom out with the perspective that, okay, this is going on a printed page. Your page is going to be, what, in my case, it's 8 inches high. So this is maybe, this little area is just a fraction of an inch right here. And yeah, but hey. If zooming in makes you happy, zoom away. Ariana, hello, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? I hope you're having an excellent Thursday so far. I'm a little on the quiet side because I am dealing with a very bad night of sleep and something on my lat here. I don't know, it's the lower lat, I guess. But it's like I pulled something, but it's weird because it didn't start hurting until well after, like, I did my Tuesday workout, and this started yesterday late in the evening. I didn't even have any soreness, but all of a sudden it's just like rip. And oof. Oh, and yeah, and the neck cricks. Got one right here too. I don't think my pillow's going bad, but the darn thing, I kept on flipping it and flipping it. It was not giving my usual pillow goodness. Might have to sit that pillow down and have a talk. Like, look, pillow. You were a champ. And now you're failing me here. This is not a trend that we need to continue. Honestly, though, like, I sometimes I need to replace the pillow because it's old, and so I kind of crash out and like go through all these pillows because none of them are quite right. I find that several times, like the $5 or $10 Target pillows have been the best. They're just, you get these $60 bamboo, you know, high-tech, you know, attached to your smartphone pillow type deals. But that $5 Target pillow, Hey Dee, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Alright. Feels like it took me forever to draw this, but let's go ahead and move it out of the way. Whoop. There we go. First set of clean line art. Now we're on to the next. I need to work on this rewording here. But so far, how to deal with a rainy day, advice from Momochi. First piece is get cozy, catch up on some reading. 2, be unpredictable, go outside for a splash. 3, use the quiet time to catch up on naps. 4, take it easy, the garden's being watered, nurture your heart too. Need to rephrase this a little bit. I kind of have some extra notes on that one, so I kind of want that, you know, a little bit in there, but listen, the sound of a gentle rain can be very soothing. It's one of my favorite sounds. Yes, quiet time to catch up on naps. It's everything. That is a little angular. Need to do better. Uh-oh. Okay. Thought for a minute my frames were not grouped. That would have been a not good thing. A little better. Oops. So let's get a nice pillowy I'm gonna have a kind of like a mound of pillows coming from the bottom. So maybe she's a little bit kind of curved around this way. We'll have a couple of floofs in here because of course we will. floof in here, maybe a floof up here. Something like I am going to do, speaking of the enamel pins, all of these are going to be available as stickers too. So I've got to get those actually printed up. Also, side note, I forgot about my sticker sheets too, so one thing at a time. I guess we won't be seeing her side hanging in there these days, everyone. Indeed. Trying our best. Oh, I saw a little bit of Terminator Dark Fate last night, and I have thoughts. And apparently this movie came out in, in 2019, and it is a direct sequel to T2 and T1, the original 2. So it disregards all of the story and history and events of the I guess it would be 3, 4, and 5, I believe, in the Terminator series. And one of the things that originally struck me just almost immediately in this movie is it's kind of the Linda Hamilton, well, not really actually until later does Arnie come in, but they're kind of the two mains from the that know about Skynet, all of that. And this is a future where John has been killed, and the Terminators, or Skynet, well, actually it's not Skynet, it's something else. It's an AI that's called the Legion, which is, I guess, the new Skynet. They send back a Terminator to take care of this person that is effectively going to be John in the new future. And this new Terminator, I think we were very spoiled with the T-1000 and what is his name, Robert Patrick, and just how he did that character. And because this one, I just was so, I mean, he was just not as good. And the actual robot, it's like 2 in 1. It's got a T-1000 liquid metal exoskeleton and then a regular like T-800 endoskeleton. And so it can split apart and effectively kind of fight as two. And I didn't like that because I kept they never really made it clear. I guess by the end I kind of figured out that the metal core T800 looking android or whatever was the controlling unit, but it didn't work. And I don't know, I want to try to put into words how it didn't work. It's kind of like they wanted to make a new T1000 that was just super awesome and so much better than the T1000, but they didn't have the imagination to do it. I don't know. And they didn't have the continuity. It's hard to explain, but there's this one scene where he's fighting Arnie, and I remarked just like, I don't like this guy. It's not that I don't like the character. That the concept was there's something. It could be that it was so overpowered that what do you do with it? In the end, they had to, okay, it's a 2019 movie, so I'm going to do a little spoiler. Apparently, the only thing that it's vulnerable to are EMPs, like pulses, and according to Wikipedia, extreme friction. And I'm just like, okay, well, that's a little odd, but it's so overpowered. And, you had all of these different characters that are fighting it, and I don't know. Maybe I'm just having a problem with the power creep of the Terminators. I don't know. I thought, actually, because there's a point in the beginning of the movie where, and this was another thing, the liquid metal on the outside of the X9 or R9 or whatever the heck that double thing is, it kind of sometimes is completely fluid, like you can't see the skeleton inside. It kind of morphs it, then it doesn't morph it. The continuity is kind of weird. But there's one point where he uses the liquid metal to scan the internet. He uses his hands and kind of, they turn into wires, and it connects into the internet. So he scans and he finds everybody. I thought it would be cool if they used that and uploaded a virus into his operating system. I thought that could have been an interesting metric. But they didn't really ever come back to that after that one scene. I just thought that was such a waste. I heard Robert Patrick was so fast in T2 they had told him to slow down in the running scenes. Yeah, I heard that too. When he was chasing after John on the bike, I believe it was. No, and there was it's a horrible movie, but it's not horrible, but it's just campy. The Marine, and he's in it, and they make a Terminator joke, and that's like the best part of the movie. As he glances in the rearview mirror, and he gives that T1000 look. Who's the Marine in that? Is it John Cena? I think it's John Cena. I don't know. It's hard for me to really quantify that into words. It didn't feel... Definitely power creep. Definitely... I feel that the the Imagineering was lazy. Like, we can't come up with anything new, so let's just mash the two best, Terminators together. I'm like, okay, well, I mean, surely you could come up with something else. I hate when I watch a movie, there's no logic to it, like no, not really grounded. Characters can do just whatever, and the audience, yes, that's a pet peeve of mine too. It's just, there's a moment where you can't suspend, your disbelief anymore. Like, one of my pet peeves is when they girl boss it and they like have this 90-pound soaking wet girl just wrecking these 250, 300-pound muscle men, and there's like no, I mean, you can only, it just bugs me so much. And one of the only recent movies I think that actually handled that well was the Dungeons and Dragons with Michelle Rodriguez. She was from a warrior clan. She was beefed up, and it was believable, and I loved her character. She's one of like very few modern girl bosses that is actually likable and believable. And I love that movie besides, but it was just so refreshing to see that, they actually worked to build the character and give them grounding and give them, or the audience, a reason to believe that, hey, yeah, this could actually happen. It just irritates me so much. I'm subbing. Oh, thank you so much, Shally. Welcome to the stream. Unless it's Sharknado. Yes, Sharknado gets a pass. I'm new here. Please forgive me because sometimes my screen glitches. Aww. Thank you so much for joining, Shaylee. That is such a good movie. I wish more people... I don't feel like it got justice. It got the marketing. It got the recognition that it deserved. It's like... not as good as Princess Bride, but I rewatch it whenever it comes on. I love it. I've pulled it out and watched it, just, hey, I really, it's very hard to get the feeling from modern movies like that, like you want to rewatch it over and over and over again. That one did, and it's just such a good story. You don't really have to know Dungeons and Dragons to enjoy it because the story works. Alright, there's the sleeping. Alright, let's hit save, and now let's do number 4. Let me go back here for a second. I want to bring these frames up front and group them with their line art. There we go. 2 more to go. I think I can get it done in time. I am using, since you don't have audio, I'm using Adobe Illustrator. It is a vector program. Oh, take care, Shaylee. Thank you so much for stopping by. And I want to go watch Tremors now. Oh, another absolute favorite. I don't know. I have a soft spot for good monster movies, disaster movies. All right, let's see. I need to actually group things. Oh, heck. I just need to redraw this paw. I love that in the 6th movie they were in Canada and the graboid were in the snow. Having a small budget, they just put a blue filter on everything, make it seem like it was snow. Oh no! That's pretty fun though. I don't believe I've seen... I think I saw the second one where they were above the ground. They were on 2 legs, kind of like a mutant graboid. And I believe maybe one after that where Milton came back. And I don't think I saw the one where Bert actually dies. But I give that actor credit for riding that franchise out to the very end. I think I'll go ahead and group Momo because I'm gonna layer her behind everything. And oops, let me go ahead and just put some siding in here maybe. Or I don't know, whatever this is going to be. Just some details here. All right. Gotta go meal prep before second shift starts. Oh, take care, Bacon. Thank you so much for stopping by again. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Omar! Oh, thank you so much for stopping by. Sleep well, Omar. I think I'll layer in the raindrops later. I think I just want to get this line art done. Really? All right, last one. Quiet time by a window. I might come in here and draw a chair first. That's going to define pretty much everything I do. They're a little bit more chunky, I think. Oops. Yeah, that's all right. Now I think I can get her in here. Try this again. might move the window over. I still don't like this face shape. Just gonna redraw. What did I... Optify? What are you talking about? Buyers, all online stores selling to EU buyers provide a clearly visible withdrawal button, an easy way for buyers to exercise their existing 14-day right of withdrawal. Cooling, what does that mean? I'll have to read up on that and see what the deal is. All right. I need to, because I need to be able to show that the sound is hitting her ear over here, because I have that. I'm gonna make her head a little bit bigger, but then she doesn't fit in the chair. So let's just draw her body. It's kind of gonna be like a folded sack of potatoes. Not sack of potatoes, sack of flour. There, that's just a weirdness with her head. It was just too long. By the way, did you hear that Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood just launched an official YouTube channel? They haven't uploaded a ton yet. It's only been a week and they have a live stream going. Oh my goodness. Definitely gonna watch that. That was a staple when I was little. I would watch it every day. I need to make more Happy's Corner. Maybe that'll serve as inspiration. I can watch it and write, you know, little happy paper parodies for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. I loved that idea when I got it originally, but I just hadn't sat down to write any more of the little, you know, sections out. Enough more Happy's Corner. Yes, it is official. More Happy's Corner is coming. I'm gonna watch that channel. And I'm gonna write as I do it. Which I kind of want her looking out the window. Maybe not. Let's see how this is going. Just a nice quiet smile. And again with the blanket, because I'm the artist and I can choose to draw her with a blanket. Oh, I need to, there we go. Because we have a pillow here. Fill that in. That down. Needed some cozy chill background this morning. That was perfect. Ah, definitely. Cozy and chill is the name of the game. Put this down. I think I'll add in some pitter pat and some gentle rain sounds. I'll have to look up the right sound effects, but this is cleaned up. It's a little bit messy here. This is a really, really weird tangent. See if I can't make her little whiskies help me out here. Just break up that line a bit, perhaps. A lot of, oh, actually that works out nicely. I'll leave it like that. Definitely going to make this darker here because we don't have a lot of light. It's a stormy day. Yeah, I'll do that over here too. Let's try to get that lighting a little bit more. It should be. Maybe not that dark. Maybe not 60%. Maybe 40%. Be okay. I think I might move and reposition the window a little bit, perhaps maybe move it up, because this is just not right. Let's just move this window up a little bit. That way we can see. I'll do the, the pitter pat of the rain, maybe do a couple little drops. Let's do some. All right. Let's move this out. All right, save. Go. So let's zoom in here so you can see how to deal with a rainy day. Advice from Momo Cheat. Get cozy, catch up on some reading. Always a good plan. 2, be unpredictable. Go outside for a splash. 3, use the quiet time to catch up on naps. 4, take it easy. The garden is being watered. Nurture your mind. 2, heart, maybe. Hey Chris, welcome back. Welcome home. Welcome to the stream. Mind? Nurture your mind too? I don't know. I've still got to work on that one. Then listen, the sound of a gentle rain can be very soothing. So I'm going to come in with a little more sound effects, maybe. I'll figure something out. And I'll have nice lighting here too, I think. And then, of course, I'll adjust the spacing. Yeah, it's one of my favorite sounds. And when I'm trying to sleep and it's raining, it's just, I'm out like a light. It's the best. Oops. I'm gonna do that. We'll hit save there, and that'll be it for me today. Let's see. Yeah, it's a really, I like thunderstorms too. The thunder doesn't bother me. That's actually pretty soothing as well. But all right, let's go ahead and do my ending screen here. Thank you so much for joining me today. Sorry, there's a little drink here. A little on the quiet side. Hopefully my energy will be back next week. Let's see. All right. Have a great weekend for you too, Sharon. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you'd like to see how the comic finishes up, it'll be posted tomorrow morning on all my socials and our website. You can get, especially if it's rainy, you can get some suggestions about how to make the day a little better. But yeah, thank you, Ariana, Sharon, Chris. Let's see. I know Omar, you've bounced already. Bacon, I know you're meal prepping. Shaylee, let's see. All my lurkers, D. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Thursday and a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next time.